I'm not even gonna hold you. That Friday jump is one of them albums that actually make you mad that you're not dating. Like, and the crazy thing is, I seen a meme where it was talking about the Halloween, basically about to come and go, and I still ain't been to a haunted house. And I was listening to that album, and I was just like, that's an album that you can legitimately ride to, and you can ride to like a distance and go to like a haunted house and like take, even though the album only like 7 songs or a project, whatever you, but it's still one of them jokes that you can kind of just let ride and play in the background on a nice, cool little date. Like that's one of them jokes. Like if this your first date and y'all not really familiar with each other's music taste, you can let that joke rock out, and I feel like you won't be disappointed. Like hell yeah. Like I'm not gonna say it's not gonna replace Giveon for me.
Yeah, I was about to say maybe.
But it's one of those type of listens. It's one of them jokes where I can kind of listen to it.
You just let it play out?
Yeah, I can literally just play it out. I did not skip not one song. Yeah. No, I mean, don't get it twisted. Niggas be having bad 7-song projects, but that jump was a solid jump. Like, even because, for me, like, the first listen, because I had no expectations. And, like, even when it came to Jeezy, when I first listened to the Jeezy jump, I was disappointed because I had expectations.
You had expectations from Jeezy? Jeezy has changed, so what expectations was you trying to get from that?
Because it was a gangster grill. So it was just like, I'm like, oh, he gonna go crazy. And it was just like...
Jeezy is not the same Jeezy that we...
I mean, no, of course. And I mean, he even kind of addressed that in the street cred jump. Yeah. But still, it's just like, that character that he made for himself, Snowman, it's just like, it's either that or nothing. Like, stay home. Like, we don't want no other form. And it's fucked up. Like, we should be able to allow artists to grow. But just realistically, when it comes to certain artists, especially somebody like Jeezy, it's like, I don't know if I want to hear nothing else.
Shit, the first song was good.
No.
The first song was good.
Notice what I'm saying. The whole project was solid. It wasn't, I'm not sitting here making it like the jump wasn't good. Like, after I listened to it, it actually kept going.
So what expectations was you looking for? You wanted the
Jeezy and Drop.
Yeah. You wanted the OGs. Like,
yeah, okay, I'm gonna
some of the songs were OGs.
No, for sure. But I'm gonna tell you, my biggest critique with Jeezy is he make his hooks too long. It's too many words.
Okay.
Like, even the jump with him and Durk, I was just like, bro, Durk went so crazy. And shout out to Lil Durk. Lil Durk just beat 5 felony charges. And Lil Durk gotta relax when he be rapping. He blacked out on that Snowman joke so bad. I was like, bro, do you want to go to jail?
Right.
This nigga was like, y'all niggas keep asking me what happened to Virgil. No, what happened to your 2 fucking men? I said, yo, what is wrong with this nigga?
He must want to go to jail.
That nigga said, I keep hearing the rumors, y'all say I look scared, and that shit got me dead. I'm like, bro, this nigga Lil Durk is a fucking lunatic, dog.
He is.
Like, niggas get upset about shit, maybe because other rappers just talk, like, maybe they talk that death shit, but they talk it in a, like, in a morbid way. Lil Durk talk about that shit almost in such a, like,
it's blunt.
No, it's like a celebratorial type of way, though. It's almost like getting in the end zone and doing the best dance and not the gritty. No shade to the gritty, but I'm tired of the gritty. So it's just like, he do a different type of celebration when he get in the end zone. When that nigga Durk got on that most hated joke, because it was just like, it's like, don't get me wrong, the whole Jeezy album sound like Jeezy, but some of that shit to me, it was just...
He could have kept it.
It just sound outdated. Like, I feel like when he did the songs with the young niggas, he should have let them do the hook. Like that, most hated. Hated. That shit just sounds so mid 2000s.
I guess. I told you, man, but I couldn't get past. I mean, all the songs was just like, okay, like you said, the album was just okay. To me, it was just okay. But the first song was good, and the Street Cred was definitely good. I definitely fuck with that Street Cred. Like, I kept on listening to that over and over and over and over. Like, I let the whole city play out. Okay. But then I kept on going back to that street, like all weekend long. That's all I've been listening to.
No, the Street Cred to me was probably the most. To me, most.
That sound like the OGs.
Excuse me, it was the most important song on that album, and the reason why I say that is because it's one of those things where it's just like, and these are like constant conversations that I feel like I have with just different males. It's just like, you have to become to the point where you are willing to put your ego to the pride. Like, especially and we could take it out of just street cred. It's just like dumb shit that dudes are brag on about, like,
about that last week.
who like fucked the most bitches and who it is that and the third. It's just like, you eventually got to put that shit to the side. And I felt like that's when he was saying like the street cred shit. And of course, and that's just we kind of contradicting ourselves, because the Jeezy that we looking for, he kind of trying to tell you like, I'm not him no more.
Right.
But I think he had, to me, I think if Jeezy wants to continue to make music, he has to kind of find a way like how Jay-Z kind of do it. And maybe that's another reason why Jay-Z don't put out so much projects where he kind of just do features, because it's like,
what could he really talk about on the album. He can't talk about it too much, but generational wealth that he creating.
Who, Jay-Z?
Yeah, he's a new man now. Like,
but you can still, but I hear that. But you can still. I'm gonna tell you the reason why you can still talk about old stories. I'm gonna tell you why he can talk. Anybody can talk about old stories.
I mean, it's nothing relatable now to the kids that they want to hear.
No, but screw the kids because I feel like when we watch certain TV shows, I don't necessarily like when we watching fucking what's Raising Kanan. I don't feel like that's directed to the kids. Like I don't feel
it's
like
not, but it's some people it's relatable.
Not to it. What kid can relate to that?
I'm talking about like teenagers or
even a teenager. I don't know if it's necessary. I don't know too many teenagers can relate to Raising Kanan.
You never know. They probably take something out of it. You never know.
Yeah, maybe the violence, but I don't think they understand. Like, I don't think they understand. Like, even let's just kind of just glance in a little bit of Raising Kanan this last finale, Joe. Even the words that the Italians was using to each other when they was describing Rock, like calling her a moolie and all that other shit. Them kids don't know what the fuck that means.
I mean, I'm not necessarily saying kids. Like, I mean, like, if you like 21, 22, I feel like the stuff that 50 Cent make, it be kind of related. Some people put themselves in them type of shoes or feel like they have been in that type of situation at some point.
That's
Kanan.
No, listen to what I'm saying. That's cool, but my only thing of it is, I think no for older people. I think realistically for older people, when we are creating content or even music, you have to be like, bro, I know this is not for kids.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't give a fuck. Like, and I'm not. That's why I'm not mad at Jeezy for. I'm only mad because, and it may be because I'm sure people, let's just say diehard Jeezy fans who don't do the Kodaks, don't do the Durks, or none of that shit at all. They literally just like, their stopping point was like mid-2000 rappers. So they, after Gotti and Gucci and them, they wasn't listening to nobody. They'll listen to music from them, but they not listening to all the younger niggas. So I think sometimes, even when I'm listening to the Jeezy jump, I'm like, my ears may be a little bit tainted because I do listen to so many young motherfuckers.
Right.
So I'm looking for Jeezy to be them.
But he not.
So absolutely. So that's why I'm saying when I said expectations, because I've heard him do so many features. I heard him on ESTG Jones. I heard him on Baby Money Jones. So I'm hearing him on all these younger niggas Jones. And he fit perfectly in their pocket. Like, it didn't sound like, he didn't sound outdated on them shits. Right. He sounded like he was supposed to be right there and the snowman was here to fucking throw some snowballs.
That was just a feature, so he ain't have to,
Yeah, he didn't have to come up with the hook.
Exactly.
But guess what? That to me is where Yo Gotti and even Gucci, that's what both of them strive at right now. This nigga Gucci done remade every last one of his old songs, but let one of his newer artists do
it. They dropped on the same day?
Yeah. But most of them songs was already, like, all whatever it was, 1017 or somewhere 17. Most of all that shit has already been out. It was, they just put them together. Like, most of them songs have already been out, and they just put it out as like a joint compilation joint. But even when Jeezy did Colors, I'm like, dog, if you sit here making it like you and Gucci cool and y'all went on tour together, you should just redid Colors with Gucci.
I don't think Gucci was going. I don't think they.
Shit, Gucci just went on an interview and said he wish he never would have said that wild shit at the end of the verses, Joe.
I know you said that, but I'm just saying I don't think that I can still see them like.
No, that shit would have slapped. No. They already did it. It was on the Street Legends tour. It was Gucci, Jeezy, Ross, 2 Chainz, Trina, and.
How long ago was this?
Shit, this was like during the summertime, I want to say.
Shit.
Like right after, I want to say literally like right after their verses. So, it literally came like right on the tail end of that verses. After that verses, they probably maybe 2 months went past, if that long, and they went on tour together. And matter of fact, and Boosie was on that tour. Cause I think, remember when Boosie got kicked off one of them jumps because I think somebody was fighting while he was on stage? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was that same tour.
I didn't know they was on there.
Yeah, no, they was on there. So,
maybe I knew Jeezy was on there. But I ain't know Gucci.
Yeah, no, they definitely both was on there. But like I said, that Jeezy, to me, the Jeezy album, like I said, after listening to it a few times and eliminating the expectations and just being okay with like, all right, it's just Jeezy, not trying to sound like the young niggas. I was just like, cool. But only thing is, I wish he would just allow like that. That's why I gotta give Yo Gotti so much credit, because Yo Gotti know how to do that shit perfectly. Like, he still know how to sound like the older nigga on them songs, but he know how to get in his young nigga bag. I'm not about to do Yo Gotti on that CMG project. Yo Gotti ain't do not one fucking hook. I'm gonna just rap a verse on one of these motherfuckers. I'm not doing no hooks, nothing. I'm just gonna put my verse on it. Even when he didn't have no reason to be on 99 Problems, but he was on there.
Right.
Cause he was just like, shit, all right, this gonna help give her some push. This gonna help me stay new. Let me just do it. I think sometimes, like, and of course, I don't think Jeezy never was the best CEO. And that was kind of the reason why him and Freddie Gibbs had a fallout, because he really just never mastered being an exec.
Right.
So I don't necessarily know if he kind of knows how to just to do that type of shit. And I even fuck with when he was doing his interview runs, he was wearing his ESTG chain. That shit was tight to me. Cause it's just that comparison. Like when ESTG just really kind of was getting his break and niggas was really like getting into ESTG, everybody kept saying, "Oh, he the new Jeezy," and that was just tight to see Jeezy just like wearing his shit. Like that was like, damn, that's hard.
That's what's up.
Probably my favorite song on the whole project though. I fuck with that joint with him and 42 Doug, even though that song's short as shit. And it's just because Doug did the hook. And that's what made me be just like, I really fuck with that joint. And real quick, just another sidebar talking before we get to later in the episode to talk about Power. Mo, Raquel she got the best one-liners of all times, bro. Them bars that she was just spitting at niggas throughout the episode, I was like, bro, she is going the fuck off right now. She was just reading motherfuckers for filth and just giving them a hard-ass one-liner and sending them people about their business. Like, she was not playing with niggas that entire episode. That shit was kind of like, I'm not even gonna lie, I almost wanted to cry for Lulu because when she grabbed that nigga by his face and told that nigga she owned him, I was like, come on, bro, this is your fucking blood, brother. Like, don't do this.
Right, like, yeah, she
did that nigga like anything.
I fell in love with him over the weekend.
Wow, what you watched? The interview?
I was watching the Angela Yee one, and then I watched another one he was on.
The tight thing is he don't sound he got a Cali accent, but he don't have it on the show. That's to me that I fuck with actors when they can do that. When you can completely when you can completely eliminate your shit.
You supposed to, cause Rock got one.
Yeah, but I think she didn't live in New York for a while. She from North Carolina. She don't sound like she's from North Carolina. Even when she do her interviews, she don't. When he do his interviews, he sound like he from Cali.
Yeah, he did a good interview.
So you said you didn't have not one song you fuck with on that Friday, Joan?
No.
For real?
Oh maybe I was listening to it, but I really wasn't listening to it.
Nah, that joint was hard. What was my favorite? My favorite joint was the joint with him and Vori. And the crazy thing is, what I was kind of scared about with the Friday nigga. I felt like so many niggas was trying to hurry up and steal his sauce before he really got his shit off. And I even paid attention to it. It's just like I still didn't see as many celebrities.
No, I'm lying. Empty Stomach.
Yeah, Empty Stomach was hard, but that joint with him and Vori, oh my god, that fucking
Empty Stomach was mine.
What's the name of that song with him and Vori? That shit went crazy. Oh my god, he was going off on that joint.
Because I don't know how I just went on to download his and then download Jeezy. Maybe I was like, let me listen to Jeezy first before.
That Empty Stomach joint, that God sent, man, that nigga went crazy on that God sent.
Maybe I gotta go back and listen to it again. I only listened to it one time.
And they was talking and I think I do know when Vori's album came out, and if people probably paid, show Meek tweet, wow, when he was having his little rants against Kanye, and he was kind of mad at Kanye for not really getting behind supporting Vori's album. I do feel like Vori be talking that shit, like especially it's almost on like that. I kind of want to put. I think that all of them kind of fall in the vein of like The Weeknd, like Giveon, where it's like I'm talking about like heartbreak, but I'm trying to find a cool way to say it.
Right.
And it's still in that cool like dark ass tone where you can kind of just like it don't seem too much like R&B. Mm-hmm. It still got like.
It's still something else with it though. It's not like it would be. I don't know.
It's not like listening to a Chris Brown album. No. Like it's not a traditional R&B album.
No,
it's more of a like it fall in line of that like I can rap and sing type of shit. But I'm not a real rapper for real. Like I'm really more